Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Tuesdays with Dr. T. Today I'm going to talk about the 10 most mistakes that you might be making as an autism parent when you are trying to do detoxification, as in the third pillar to autism success, for your child. Some of these you might be making already and some you might not be making, but it's important to know all 10 of them, or 9, let's see how it goes, so that you can be aware of it. I really want to advise you to listen to the whole video. I'm gonna try to make it as concise as possible because I'm fasting and I cannot speak for a long period of time. Let's see. The first mistake that you might be making as an autism parent doing the detoxification for your child is probably used already. DIYing overhyped things like fulvic acid, zeolite, bioray, those detox sprays and things like that. I have made a few videos on this specific topic, so I don't want to take a lot of time in this one, but if this is the first time you are watching me or watching one of my videos on detox, then a little bit of it. Or zeolite and things like that you see in a bottle that is easy to get, that lots of maybe influencers are saying many things about, they are overhyped. Most of the things that your child actually need to be of medical grade, without chemicals, needs to be natural, needs to be something that the body knows, understands, reckons with, and can work through. One example is zeolite. What is zeolite? Zeolite is a natural component, it's a natural compound, but what happens is zeolite is used to bring out the heavy metals. But here is the thing. In the world, zeolite actually is already bound to heavy metals. And when these companies are extracting the zeolites and then they are not separating the heavy metals from the zeolite, and then they are packaging that zeolite and giving it to you, you are actually using nothing, zero. Because that zeolite, if it's already bound to a heavy metal, that zeolite is not going to be able to go inside your child's body and be able to pull out the heavy metals. That makes sense? You need to make sure that if you are doing the zeolite, then it needs to be from a very reputable company, which reputation doesn't mean when a company pays off money to people to give good reviews. You have to do the work and you have to know to separate out the fake reviews and the real reviews. Zeolite needs to be free of the heavy metals to be able to work, and that is one of the things that you have to be. It's better you don't use anything like that. Just go for senna leaves and green juices. Those are much better and more cost effective than all of this bioray, fulvic acid, zeolite things. All right, the second mistake that you might be making is, well, if you don't have the background, if you don't have the biology, chemistry, biochemistry, anatomy, physiology, as in the medical background, and you are trying to follow several different peoples and then collecting the most hyped about products and then trying to create the whole system on your own, you are actually setting yourself and your child for failure. Here's the thing. I'm not trying to force you to come to my program or join any other person. It's not like that. You have to understand something. You need to leave the biochemistry or dosing, microdosing, finding out the right protocol for your child's need to somebody who have studied the body, who have studied the organs, who have studied how biochemistry works. Otherwise, a banker trying to understand biology is gonna be, I don't know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be like disaster. So if you are somebody who do not have the medical background, it is important for you to seek somebody who has worked with the Ayurvedic practitioner, work with a naturopath, work with us. Find anybody that speaks to you, that knows their thing. Because here's the thing, even if you go to a naturopath and they haven't worked with autism kids and they haven't helped with the recovery, they don't have much of knowledge of autism related problems or symptoms or things that needs to be focused on. That is what I'm trying to say. Because the other day also I got this DM from one of our, she's not our student, she's just a community member in following me in Instagram. So she messaged me saying that, Dr. T, I have tried the grain-free diet that you say, and I have bought some of the supplements that you have mentioned. I feel like my son's problem is worse now than before. What is going wrong? And the child is already deficient in iron. I was like, this is one of the reasons why I do say that safety and precaution is so much more better than trying to do it on your own, because not all kids will have a repercussion to grain-free diet, but some kids whose body is already low in deficient or deficient in biochemicals or vitamins and minerals, they might need a dietitian come in and then say, use this for this much, use half cup of this, use 1 cup of that, so that your child does not have any deficiencies. Because here's the thing, if you remove grains are not the number one source of iron. Removing grain is not going to create iron deficiency. What is going to create iron deficiency is a lack of iron rich food, which could be meat, which could be leafy greens, which could be citrus and things like that. If you don't have the knowledge of how each food have what qualities and how they needs to be combined together, it's best to go to a dietitian at least and get understanding of your child's age, weight, height related necessity and build the diet part for your child. That is what we do. Inside our programs, we have Maria Hernandez. She is a fabulous registered dietitian. She is in Canada. She builds up the diet charts based on the protocols that we run, that I have built. And alhamdulillah, for the Ramadan period, what we are doing is we are giving 2 extra calls with her when anybody joins the 6MD program. Why? So that we can troubleshoot and revise and tweak the already made diet charts so that there is no deficiency in your child, or there is less work on your behalf doing experiments to try to find which one works, which one doesn't work. Does this make sense? Number 3, over supplementing, which biomedical people do. So over supplementing, what that does is it complicates the whole system. It shocks the whole body system. And if the supplements that you are using are not from origin or not from natural sources and are synthetic in nature, then the body either will not react with it and let it go through pee. Essentially, your child is eating expensive pee, or it can give you side effects, because when you are using 14, 28, yes, that's how many number of supplements biomedical people prescribes. That's, I don't know, that's just common sense. Even if you don't have a medical background, common sense should say that this is too much. Does your child eat 7 fruits in a day that he's gonna take 17, 28 different supplements? I don't think so. When you are doing over supplementation, it's complicating the whole system. It is creating a lot of stress on the child's liver, which is the number 1 detox organ. You have to make sure that the liver is supported, and liver can be supported through fruit, through food, through medications also sometimes, not the modern medical system medication. I'm talking about Ayurvedic medicines or naturopathic medicines and things like that. But be aware that even if you are going to a naturopath, then make sure you are not doing a plethora of supplements. Just choose the most important ones that your child is deficient in. For example, a liver tonic, 1 liver tonic, and something that makes sure that your child is pooping a lot, which I'm going to talk a little more in the 4th point, is just enough. And that is what we have. In our program, we only have like 1 detox agent, and there is a chlorella, which I openly say with people. You can get the Purium chlorella, and I'm gonna leave the link in the description as well to all the free resources that I can give you to most of the supplements. If you become the member of our mini course, which is just 37, you're gonna get idea on detox. The supplements that we use for detox, except for the Ayurvedic medicine, the tonic, which I do not talk about publicly, which I don't share publicly, because that is a medicine. It needs to be supervised, it needs to be dosed. That is why I don't share it online. I sometimes get DMs from people who are ungrateful, saying that I'm not giving them enough. First of all, they don't want to pay me anything, and then even though with all the free information and the very cheap information, $7 mini course is very cheap actually, but still there will be ungrateful people. What's happening here is, if I am giving you all the name of the things that you need to do, then what are you gonna do? How are you gonna dose it for your child? How do you know that how much to be used? And you are expecting me to give you free all the time. Why do you want free from people? That's your child. It's your responsibility. Your child is not my responsibility. My child is my responsibility. Please stop asking for always free coaching and everything free. It's not nice, because you need to pay or reciprocate in some other way so that you can balance the scale of nature. Anyways, over to the fourth point, not opening detox pathways first. Here's the thing. When you are stimulating the liver to do the detox, so the liver is going to suss out, bring out the toxins. Then what? The toxins needs to be flushed out of the system, right? That is where you need to make sure that the detox pathways are open. So what are the detox pathways? Detox pathways are ways through which the body naturally detoxifies. For example, peeing, pooping, sweating, even crying. Those are the external big detox pathways that you can manage and manipulate on your own in the DIY setting. The other micro pathways, those you need to put on the professional, because they know better. They know the safer way of doing the thing. So how do you open the detox pathways? Please make sure that your child is pooping regularly, 1 to 2 times at least. If your child is pooping 1 time a day, it's not really, it's not that your child don't have constipation. Constipation is when your child might not be pooping every day, maybe pooping 1 time a day, but there is dry poop. The child is pushing, exerting, causing them stress. That is also constipation. You have to make sure that your child is pooping really large amount and in soft quantity. Maybe a little bit of diarrhea type pooping is also important. Senna leaf is a very good thing for that. Detox juices are very good. Not detox. Psyllium husk is good for that. Those are the things that helps the child to poop. But please remember, if your child is super constipated, pushing a lot of fiber inside the child's body is gonna cause more problem. Because another name of fiber is roughage, means it's rough. What it does is it binds to the walls and it tries to scratch the stuff down, like pulling everything down from the large intestine. If there is already constipation, there is a clogging in the system, lots of fiber going in, the fibers don't know how to go out. So there needs to be water, enough water, there needs to be enough smoothness, peristalsis and motions, so that the body can very easily poop out the toxins. Another way is to make sure you hydrate your child more. I'm going to talk about it in a little later. Please make sure you open the detox pathways so that your child is not clogged up inside, which is one of the reasons why sometimes when you try detox protocols, even on your own or even with some other professionals, you see regression happening. That is because the body is not letting go of the toxins fast enough as it is sucking out the toxins. Number 5, sedentary lifestyles. If your child is always indoors watching a handheld gadget or sitting inside of a TV, he's not having proper physical movement. When your child is not having proper physical movement, then peristalsis, the body's biochemical reactions are not happening fast enough, which will also cause the clogged pathways, like I mentioned in the number 4 point, right? If you want to keep the detox channels open, you also have to make sure your child is having high intensity workouts or having a higher heart rate. Like, I mean, your child is maybe jumping on a trampoline or playing outside, outdoors, playing on the grass, bring his hair. So you can take your child outside and make him play on the grass. All those things, and the sweating, naturally sweating is gonna make sure that the body is also detoxifying. So when your child is sweating is another way how the body detoxifies. So it's gonna pull out all the toxins outside of the body. And here's the thing, detox baths are just temporary surface level situation. Detox baths is not gonna detoxify the blood. I just don't understand why people think that just slapping on some Epsom salt bath is gonna detoxify your child's body. No, Epsom salt is gonna bring out the toxins on the skin, and that's it. What about the blood? What about the tissues? What about the nervous system? What about the neurotoxins? What about the liver clogging up, the large intestine being clogged up? Those you have to focus on and factor in as well. All right, the sixth mistake you might be making is not enough hydrating your child. So when your child is sweating, the hydration level needs to go up as well. And even if your child is not sweating, lack of hydration is one of the major cause of constipation as well. Please mind the hydration part and steer away from artificial flavoring, artificial sugar, or sugary drinks and colas and sodas. Those are not gonna do anything. The best way of hydrating is pure coconut water, not from the juice, not from the packages, because packaged coconut water uses heavy hydrogen, and I have seen it clogs up my system. I don't like it at all. Coconut, if you can find real coconut, cut it, get the fluid out and give to your child. You can find real coconut in Indian stores. If you cannot find real coconut, just go for water with Celtic salt or Celtic salt, CELTIC, Celtic salt. You can get Celtic or Celtic, whatever the name is, however you call it. I call it Celtic. So Celtic or Celtic salt can be easily gotten from Amazon. You can buy that. Or you can try non-sugary saline. You can try juices with less sugar in it, less sugary fruits in it. All right, number 7, not focusing on easy to digest food. This is something that probably you have never thought of. So if your child is not eating easy to digest food, your child's body is gonna be busy with digestion, because digestion is the most important thing that the body does. And whenever your child is eating something, the body gets busy digesting the food. And for kids who keep on snacking all throughout the day, what happens is the body is always digesting. When is the body gonna repair and detox if the child is always digesting? And if your child is not sleeping at night, then also the detox channels and protocols, the whole system of the detox is not gonna work, because the child needs to sleep better as well, 8 to 10 hours. Sleep by 8 p.m. and wake up at 6, 7, so that the natural urge is to clean up. So easy to digest food, make sure there is lots of soups and stews and very easy to digest grain-free food. That is gonna help the body to detoxify and nourish at the same time. Number 8, fear to try real solutions. Here's the thing, it is easy to buy a $37 or a $100, $150, $200 BioRay or whatever that thing is you were thinking of buying or maybe using. It's easy, it's cheap. You see this influencer selling this thing, click on their link in bio, you buy that product, the product comes to you, you feel like you have done something very important. You have won the competition over autism. But what happens is that is not everything. Detox is an important thing, but it is not everything. You have to implement the 5 pillars that I always keep on talking. If you don't have all the pillars coming in together, the whole house is gonna topple over. For a home, for the autism success home, there needs to be the diet, there needs to be detox, there needs to be lifestyle changes, there needs to be need-based parenting, and there needs to be a very present and free and happy and in faith courageous caregivers, especially mom. If you are fearful of trying real solutions, sometimes, not for everybody, sometimes people are really scared because they are like, oh my God, if I try this medicine, what if there is a side effect? If I try this detox, what if there is a side effect? The fear is okay. The fear is your body's and mind's way of protecting you. But dar ki aage jeet hai. There is always success beyond overcoming the fear. And when you want to choose a professional, please choose somebody who have the knowledge of working with autism kids, who have the knowledge of recovering or helping really, really succinctly and awesomely in working with the brain development, somebody who have experience, somebody who have biological and medical knowledge as well, that you are choosing the right person to support you and not trying the real solution. There could be trauma working on it, which is why we do a lot of trauma healing on mothers, because I also know you cannot feed the tonic, you cannot feed the food if you are scared of every single thing. Because all throughout our lives, we have been taught so many false things about ourselves, about our capacity. You might feel like you are not capable enough. You might have fear of failure. You also might have fear of success. Okay, so all of those fears and mindset blocks you need to overcome first, and then you will be able to actually implement a real solution with real professionals. All right, the ninth and the last point is not wanting to invest in professional help, which goes hand in hand with the real solution. Why did I separate this point out? I wanted to separate this point out because the majority of you lot, you don't want to invest in the right professional knowledge. And you keep on saying, oh, autism recovery is fake, autism recovery is not real, autism brain development is not possible, because you just don't want to invest. Here's the thing. When I started working with Muhammad, we were a one-income family. We were under the poverty line in Canada. We were under the poverty line. We were only earning about 2,000 Canadian dollars, and we have to pay so many bills, right? But even with that time, I never emailed, messaged, called any of the professionals asking for free help or asking for a discount. I remember I have a message here that I have sent to one Ayurvedic practitioner like Ayurvedic practitioner like 6 years ago, saying them, I am from a struggling financial background. I am not asking for a discount. I'm just asking how much it might cost so that I can manage the money. And you know what? That person never even replied to me. When somebody asks me, why am I expensive? Why am I charging $5,000 why, and also sometimes shitting on me all over my DMs, I cry, I get upset. But here's the thing. I am not here to work with everybody. I am here to work with a small group of people. That is why, because that is how much energy and time I have currently, because my kids are young. There will be a time when my kids will grow up, they will need me less, and then I can have more time for you people. I can have more people to be able to have the revenue that I need to sustain the lifestyle. I might reduce the price of my programs and whatnot. As of now, let's say I can work with 10 people in 1 month. I have to price it in a way that makes sense to me and also to the person, to ensure that I am giving them all the attention, the most amount that I can as a human being, I can give to them, and so that they see the results. So when you are fearing investing in things, there could be because you have invested and you failed. Not you, your professional person, whoever you went to failed you. Maybe you have tried stem cell therapy, you have tried BioRay, have tried biomedical, you have tried, why do I keep saying BioRay? Biomedical, you have tried therapies, you have spent thousands of dollars already. You might have, and you haven't still seen results. You are like, I have spent everything that I haven't seen results, so the real professional does not exist. That is not right. Failing is part of success. You can never achieve success without failing, and you can never achieve success without trying more. If you tried a few and then you say, I have tried everything. This is something that I get hundreds and thousands of DMs on. I have tried everything. No, you haven't tried everything. Have you tried me? If you have tried me, then you haven't tried everything. So trying everything is a common thing that we hide behind, saying that I have tried everything, nothing works, so what do I do? There are many things that will work if they are of the right type for your child. Not all kids need the same solutions, but the baseline and the basic foundation is same for all kids, because they are all human beings, which is why the 5 pillars and the supplements that we use is pretty much same for all kids. The dosing changes, the timing changes, what I use or I don't use, which stage the child will be in, which stage they will overcome, jump out, depends on the necessity of the child, and if the parent is being able to sustain that jumps or not. Those were all the 9 problems or mistakes that you might be making or you are making, and I have also given some ideas on how you can overcome those things as well, as I was discussing those things. In nutshell, detox is very important for your child. Detoxification will make sure that there is removal of hyperactivity, removal of brain fog, removal of lethargy, removal of nighttime problems, sleep problem, behavioral problem. Almost a lot of your child's symptoms can actually go away if proper detoxification is implemented. Why not do it the right way? And if you want to work with me, Ramadan is the best time, although I am going little slower on the call area. I'm not taking as much clarity calls because the last 10 days I want to focus on my ilm. I want to focus on doing more of my religious work. I will hold on to this Ramadan bonuses as long as I could, which is 27th of March. You can potentially book a call now, or let me know that you are seriously interested. Put down a $500 deposit and you can join the program later on as well. You don't have to start right away during Ramadan. You can start later on. Several of my students have joined this month, and they're gonna start later on. Why? They joined because they want to hold on to the bonuses, but they will start the work later on when they are more available for the deeper work that we do. Okay, so 6MD is the best program that we have. It is the most inclusive, the most successful, and the most result giving. Within 6 months, you're gonna get 40 to 50% of improvement of your child with lifetime support. Lifetime. You pay one time, you get support all throughout your life, which is crazy amazing. Just this thing, giving one-time payment and getting the lifetime support itself makes up for the investment. And for Ramadan, we are giving 2 months extra coaching. We are giving 7 extra one-to-one calls, which are amazing, which will make sure that you get that extra love and support to you so that you don't slip out of the consciousness, so that you are always held accountable, so that you know there is always this coach who will always work with you, whom you can talk to once a month, one-to-one. There will be mindset calls for you and your husband. There will be follow-up dietitian calls to make sure that we pinpoint the diet problems and nutritional deficiencies and we overcome them. There will be call with me. There will be so much more if you join the 6MD, because that is the Gucci of autism success and recovery programs all over the world. All right, so that is all for today, folks. I'm gonna take a break. Next week, we are gonna talk about lifestyle and if there are mistakes that you are making and how to overcome those things. Come back next week and check out the links in the description for the free resources as well as for how to join our program and get the benefits. And maybe next Ramadan, your child is also fasting, just like Muhammad did. He did 5 fast, alhamdulillah. We are planning 2 to 3 more. Let's see how it goes. Inshallah, I will see you in the next one. Allah Hafiz. Bye.